Hey everybody, tonight's video is once again about keeping Yeshua's and Elohim's commands. Modern church says we don't have to do it, but then they'll say we follow the 10 Commandments, but then they say no, actually 9 because they don't observe the Sabbath. And then I've had people send me all sorts of guys explain why we don't have to do the Sabbath, and I'm not being a smartass. I'm not talking smack. I don't care what some guy thinks about, what we have to do on the Sabbath. I care about Yeshua, and he kept the Sabbath. So, and he said to keep the Sabbath. So, to me, again, I don't get people that are like, well, this guy says, to me, that's just, trying a workaround or it's cognitive dissonance. It's trying to justify them not doing the Sabbath or not following the commands. And I don't say or believe that most of them are doing it on purpose because they don't want to. Again, I just think it's how they were brought up in the church and then in seminary. And that's what they were taught. For better or for worse, I think, and again, no ego here, just an explanation. It just came on my heart to, I was not raised in a church at all. I didn't get into this until about 7 years ago. And out of the blue, I just started praying, and then it all went there. So I didn't have a childhood of getting false doctrine, taught to me. You see, amen, the cat says.
That's right.
She did that last night too. I didn't have a whole life of false doctrine. And again, I know people, you say that and people kind of get puckered up and then, well, those are fighting words, but what, Doc? But I just don't know of any other way to really say it, because that's what it is when you're not doing what Yeshua did and the book says, and you're teaching that's false doctrine. I'm not saying it to, I'm not saying it to provoke anybody but whatever. Let's go. We're in 1 John. We're going to head on over to 1 John, let's see, 3:17. He's talking about Yeshua, you're supposed to love your brothers, and, he loved us, and he laid down his life for us, so we should lay down our lives for our brothers. You're really supposed to try to love your neighbor. Now, remember, brothers is in fellow followers of the way. And for the rest of the people that aren't, you're supposed to live like Yeshua did, which will straighten out your life mostly. Everybody's got problems, but when you start living properly, your life does get better if you just keep going. It might take a long time to fix your mistakes or whatever. So you're supposed to do that to show other people who are not brothers, who are like, well, wow, you really changed your life. Everything's better. How'd you do it? And you say, well, right here, man. So just an aside. But whoever has this world's goods, so if you have, I believe, this clearly says, if you have goods, sees your brother in need, and shuts up his tender affections for him, how does the level of Elohim stand up with the love? My little children, let us not love in the word or tongue. That means your word, not this word. Your mouth. Like, yep. I love Jesus. But in deed and in truth, speaking the truth. So let's break this down a little bit. If you've got the means, let's say, so again, this is all relative, okay? So if you're a millionaire, you can help a lot of people. But if you're relatively, middle class or poor, wherever you're at, do what you can. That's what I get out of this. I think it's pretty obvious. If you're barely scraping by, then maybe just giving someone a ride somewhere, or whatever the Spirit puts on you. So if you, and again, it says this in Jacob too, Jacob. It does no good to say, oh, peace, brother. He says, if you see a brother hungry or whatever, and you just say, oh, brother, peace to you, and be on your way. What good is that? In fact, it makes you look bad. It makes Yeshua look bad. So you're supposed to be helping people. When other people see that, and you're just like, oh, peace out, man, good luck. You're gonna be like, well, see, there's another fake Christian, or it's just not a good look. It's not a good look for any human being, let's be honest. Stretch up his tender affection. So that doesn't, mean like, oh, go kiss him on the cheek. That means help him out. Okay, and then what do I have down here? Okay. And whatever we ask, we receive from him, because we guard his commands and do what is pleasing in his sight. His commands, what does he command? The law. He's got others, but the Torah. Okay. And this is his command. Now, that we should believe in the name of his son, Yeshua Messiah, and love one another as he gave us command. So that's one. And the person guarding to do, so do his commands, plural. So this is one, but you also do the rest. Stays in him, Yeshua. And Yeshua stays in the person doing it. And by this, that we know he stays in us by the Spirit which he gave us. So let's just flip around a little bit, just for some little bit of backup here. So I want to talk about wasn't there righteousness in here, babe?
Yeah.
Where is it? I missed it. Where is it?
It's there. It's on the first page.
Oh, okay. We're going over here. Just some more backup. It's all connected. And everyone having this expectation, well, let's go. Beloved ones, now we are the children of Elohim, and it has not yet been revealed what we shall be, but we know that when he is revealed, we shall be like him, for we shall see him as he is. Be like him. Get the connection here. We are supposed to be followers of the way. Be like him now, because we will be like him then, when we meet him. And everyone having this expectation in him cleanses himself as he is clean. Everyone doing sin also does lawlessness, and sin is lawlessness. So if you're not following the Torah, you're doing sin. Now, people twist Paul left, right, and center and say, Paul says we don't have to law anymore. That, if you have a preacher or if you've been taught that Paul says we don't have to do law, I have many videos on this. I'm sorry, that is just twisting, taking Paul out of context. And I get there is some chapters that are really like head scratchers. But in general, you look at Paul, what he says, and you read it in context, not just cherry pick. He does not ever say, he says, what he says is, and I made the video of it a couple videos ago, what was nailed to the stake was not his own law, but man's oral conditions, man's dogma. Anyway, sidetracked again. So, everyone doing sin also does lawlessness. So if you're not following the law, his laws, any of them, loving your brother, being like him, or doing all the rest of the commands, you are sinning. Because you're not following the law, right? It's like breaking the law. It's just a fancy or God's way of saying, no, you're breaking the rules. Lawlessness, and that's sin. Okay? There's more over here. And in this, the children of Elohim, in this, the children of Elohim and the children of the devil are manifest. So they're both, everyone not doing righteousness, what's righteousness? We'll find out in a second, is not of Elohim. Righteousness is blamelessly walking in the commands of Yah. What are the commands? The law. Okay? It's not of Elohim. Neither the one not loving his brother. So you're not loving your brother or doing the commands. No, it just says one. Okay, well, let's see. Let's see if there's any backup for this. Again, I'm not trying to be like, I'm just, remember, people, I'm showing you black and white, in context, the word. Not twisted out of my mouth what I think, not what seminary taught me, not how a lot of preachers, and I'm sorry, as you go research this, don't even write their own sermons. They get it given to them by higher-ups, and they tweak them a little bit, and it's you get into it, it's quite interesting. Okay, so Luke 1:6. What is righteousness? Okay, we're talking about, okay, let's just go up a little bit here so we can, again, we're going to try, context. There was, in the days of Herodes, the sovereign of Judah, a certain priest named Zechariah, of the division of Abijah, and his wife was of the daughters of Aaron. Her name was Elisheba. Remember, this book I have maintains the Hebrew names. It doesn't turn them into modern names, so it's a little bit confusing. And they were both righteous before Elohim. So what's righteous? So it's blamelessly walking in all the commands and righteousness of Elohim. So we've used the Bible to prove the Bible. And the verbiage is very similar. So righteousness, because I've heard some preachers and people say, well, no man can be righteous. And, they've been twisted and taught to teach that that's perfection and just, no. It's trying is hard, trying to your ability, wherever you're at in life. Now, maybe you're broken and busted up and you're just starting and you just sin left, right, and center, but even try and not do one sin that you normally do. You're, in my opinion, going for walking in righteousness. Now, you want to keep going. You don't want to just, I'm just not doing one sin. I stopped that one sin. I'm good. No. But if you're starting and you start with one and then work to two, you're going towards righteousness, in my opinion. Okay, now sin. Remember, what's sin? Let's go to John 3:4. I think it's 3:4. I forgot it's not 3:4. Was it 4:3? It's not 3:4. John 3:4. I don't know how my brain has just failed. Not John 3:4. Was it John 13:4?
No.
God, how is my brain? I used to have this memorized. Okay, now. Oh, no. I'm sure I have it. Oh, it was. That's really disturbing to me.
It's not 1-2 then. No, because.
No.
Is it?
Is it 13:4?
Well, maybe that is what it is. You want 1 John 3:4?
No, is it 1 John or is it John?
It might be 1 John.
I don't think it is, but you might be right. Weren't we just in John?
Yes.
Production value. 1 John. No, it's not. No. Oh yeah. Duh.
1 John 3:4.
Yeah, 1 John 3:4. So I did read it. Everyone doing sin is also doing lawlessness. This sin is lawlessness. Sorry, my brain, we've had things going on here. It's been a long month and a half. She almost died, was in the hospital. My brain is just fried. Anyway, so we've used the Bible to, prove the Bible, which is what you're supposed to do. And, I am not perfect. Don't believe me. She says, well, I show you now in the camera on myself, because everybody's going to see me read. I don't care about me at all. I want you people to see the book for yourself. Okay? And please also go back and read it for yourself and then ask the Spirit, to guide you. Maybe you reach a different conclusion than me. I don't see how. It's right there in black and white. But maybe you do. And then, let me know if you want. I'm more than willing to hear the cap on the bug. Oh, jeez. So, and then look at the no fun police is about to get on her. Hello. No, I got her. The dog is not, they get along, but the dog wants to play because she's 2. And the cat tries sometimes, but after about a sec, the cat tries, but after about a second, because the dog's just too rough, she's like, man, she's out of here. And the dog just wants to play, but.
Is she catching bugs?
Yes, she's having the time of her life. No, I know you want to play, poo-poo. I know, but you don't play like her. You're too rough. Shh, you. We got.
Oh, she's got a bug.
I know. The dog's finally pulling her weight, or the cat, I mean. Oh, that's the bug that flew before. See, why do cats just kind of look around? They lose. Oh, it's right there. It's right there. She goofed. Anyway, no. Anyway, everybody, sorry about that. Again, I am not looking for anything. I don't even care. I want you guys to read it for yourself. Again, I know I bang on pastures, but I'm not talking out of ignorance here. The wife back there is going to seminary, and
Yes.
I've already I'm not even joking when I tell you, not even the first minute of the first class. It was the tour, the walk around. The person doing it said, just the brainwashing starts. I'm not going to say what they said, but rest assured. I know people, what do you mean? I don't want to get, I just rest assured. It was not biblical. I mean, basically, let me put it, it's basically promoting purple and red hair, the purple haired agenda, the social justice warrior. And I'm talking not even they were hinting at it. It was full blown. So before you even start, so what do you think is going to happen when you get to the? And this is a well-respected, established school. It's not some, Dr. Nick's back alley, seminary. So, shalom, everybody.
Can't wait.
So yeah. So anyway, I'm sorry again. I'm over in a million places. Oh, I'm cramping bad. I'm cramping.
Oh, time to go.
Oh, okay. Time to go, everybody. All right, Peach out. Say hi.
Hi.
Look, there's the trach hole.
That's right.
Oh, there's your big scar from your.
And that's from the ECMO machine.
ECMO machine takes the blood out of your body and cleans it and adds oxygen when.
Yeah, I have
the ventilator. The ventilator was not enough at 100%, which is, if anybody knows anything about it, that's big time trouble. So the ECMO machine, both of them. So she was literally. They thought she was going to die. So.
I was in a medically induced coma.
Yep. They snowed her big time.
Yes.
They thought she was going to die.
But y'all had different plans.
He left you here to suffer and deal with me.
It's all him. That's right.
All right, everybody. I gotta get some salt or something. All right, everybody. Well, anyway, like I said,
Have a great
have a
evening.
great evening. Is a child?
I think she's passed out. Could you give me some more water?
Yes.
This is so good with the ice.
It is good. All right, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Make sure the dog doesn't launch off of here and
Okay.